section 1 in chapter 10. What is chapter 10 called? In A Course in Miracles. Chapter 10 is called The Idols of Sickness. And I'm going to read the first paragraph from section 1, At Home in God. Before I do that, I'm going to rest in the idea that there is a different way of looking at the world. So just a moment to rest, and then we'll start. And if you arrive here while I'm resting, either rest with me or put anything you want in the chat. Okay, and when I go within to rest, I am resting in what you are. So thank you for that. Here's Big Al, just stopping to say hi and leave a like. Very busy, so can't stay. Sorry, Julie. It's no problem at all. Nice to see you, Big Al. Hope you have a beautiful day today. Thank you. Okay, so at home in God. You do not know your creations simply because you would decide against them as long as your mind is split. And to attack what you have created is impossible. Hey, Tally's here. So I'm just going to go back through that. You do not know your creations. Oh, now, as a creation of God, I am love and light, extending love and light forever. That's what I am. It's nothing of time and space there. Time and space isn't involved in what I create, what you create, what anyone creates, in their beingness. Okay. So, you do not know your creations because you would decide against them as long as your mind is split. So while I'm really hyper-focused on time and space, yeah, I'm going to keep denying what my true creations are. I'm going to pretend that the illusions I'm making are my true creations when they're not. And Tally says, I'm glad you're live right now. Woman above me is blaring her music, and I can't do anything really because I need to listen for the door. Oh, you're getting your ceiling fixed, and the guy hasn't shown up yet for my ceiling. I want to snap. I think we all know that feeling. And Cole says hi. Hi, Cole. Welcome. Bring up anything you want in the chat. So let's go into that for a moment. You can do it with me or not, but that feeling of wanting to snap. And then if you follow the thread from that, you can find one sentence in the story about the situation you find yourself in. And the metaphor I was given recently was a dumpster of light. So you take that one sentence from the story you're listening to about your life situation, whatever that sentence is, and you place it in the dumpster of light. That sentence was the darkness, and you place it in the dumpster of light. And then you refocus on what that light would tell you. Well, first, that light will always tell you how loved you are, and that light will tell you there's another way of seeing this world. And so you can connect up with that love that's coming from the light you are and agree, yes, there must be another way of looking at this. And Cole says, I have diabetes. Thanks for sharing that, Cole. Sometimes that can be a stressful thought, the thought of diabetes and what we think that can do. People in my family have had it, and I've encountered stressful thoughts about it. So I'm all about finding ways to meet our stressful thoughts with kindness. So I like to do what I just did with Tally. I'm taking control of it, so it sounds like you're in good hands. And that's another thing I like to do. I like to see you in very good and loving hands being guided. Tally in very good and loving hands being guided. And that means I can see myself that way. However I'm able to see you is how I'm able to see me. And Tally's neighbor upstairs from her in very good and loving hands being guided. Telly says, I just wish it was online, how everyone could feel exactly how they're affecting everyone. I'm gonna push a little bit on that. Just to bring into awareness, because I don't want to forget for myself that I don't actually affect anyone else. Is that what I want to say? I want to say that when I feel panicky or irritated, it's my own doing. So it's my own doing. And I know that's hard in the situation you're in right now, but I think that purity of focus is like, I believed thoughts and the thoughts caused my feeling. So like, Tally can't make me feel angry or irritated. No one can make me feel angry or irritated, but I might veer off in that direction when I get confused. But you said affecting everyone, no more this inconsideration and attack when that happens. So to all of us and whatever perceptions we have, when they feel stressful, in my experience, I'm believing a lie from the ego. And if I want, I can find that thought, I can put it in the dumpster of light, and that is where I find all my relief. So I'm wishing you relief in a way that doesn't worry about you or about your neighbor, in a way that keeps you and your neighbor equally held, equally loved, equally guided, equally open to the miracle of this moment. And Cole says, I got diagnosed with it when I was 4 years old. So it's probably something you're used to by now. It's an experience. And all experiences teach us something. I bet you've learned something. And Tally says, I know what you're saying is true. I'm just struggling hard with this right now. I know we all know what it feels like to struggle hard with something. It's been a bad past couple of days, and I feel so alone and like I can't keep doing this and like everything is pointless. So just sitting with that for a minute. Because there's my old way of commiserating with people and saying, poor you, but I want to see you as empowered, because I want to see me as empowered and everyone is empowered. So I want to see what's here for you. I want to see how well and beautifully you're supported. I'm going to keep my focus there for you on what you really are, which must be what your neighbor really is. I'm going to keep Care Bear staring at that. And Cole says, yes, I know how to take care of my diabetes easily. That's beautiful. I like your confidence and your comfort level in that. That's nice. Okay. Go back to chapter 10. All right, you do not know your creations simply because you would decide against them as long as your mind is split. So the problem here is that our minds are split. And how are they split? Well, there's our right mind, in which there's only love and light. It's like that light inside the dumpster. That's our right mind. And in our wrong mind, we're constantly distracted by this and that and everything. We're constantly thrown off track by judging and evaluating everything, either positively or negatively. So if we know our problem, my mind is split and my mind needs to be healed, then we only have one problem and there's only one solution. And Telly says, I know it's working out for me right now, though, with the fact that you're live, not that you're here for just me. It's just really helpful that you're live right now. Thank you. I'm glad to be here for you and with you, and you're here for us in just the same way. And yeah, I am here for just you. Thank you for the hearts. If there's only one of us, then it is just you, right? It's just you upstairs from you. It's just you coming to fix your apartment. It's just you here in the chat together in a very good way, because what you are is goodness without opposite eternally. Hi, Ronan. Thank you. Good to see you here. Okay. So your mind is split, and to attack what you have created is impossible. So one of the lessons I was going over yesterday is we're creators. Love and light extends from us always, no matter what we think is going on in time or space. We can't stop that. We can't stop that love and light is always extending through us, as we really are, as beings of light and love, no matter what our persons seem to be up to. So I forgot the point I wanted to make. So let me go back to the sentence. Oh yeah, to attack what you have created is impossible. Yesterday I was looking at a lesson from A Course in Miracles. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. So any stressful thought I have is trying to like run and throw itself against the fact that all beings are invulnerable. So as a being, I'm not vulnerable to anything of time or space, to anything that happens here. And as a being, not as the person, not as the character on the stage, as the being, you're not vulnerable to anything that happens here. So when I believe a thought from ego, I'm believing a thought that goes and runs and throws itself against my invulnerability. What does it do what does it do to my invulnerability when my ego thought bashes my invulnerability? Nothing. Invulnerability can't be affected. So you could think of, no matter what's happening, what I really am and what you really are and what Tally's upstairs neighbor really is completely unaffected by all of this. We're whole forever, and that can be a nice reorientation. Ronan says, don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. And Robert says, good day, brothers. Hi, Robert. Welcome. Bring up anything you want to in the chat. Okay. Remember that it is as impossible for God to attack what you have created. God created you, or if you want to say what's actual is the source of what I am. But it's impossible for God to attack you. So if we're fearing punishment from something out there, this is an invented scenario in our unhealed mind. And so we only have one problem, an unhealed mind. And the solution is to allow the healing of our mind. We share one mind, so as one of us seems to allow healing, that healing can be shared. Okay. The law of creation, there's a law, is that you love your creations as yourself because they are part of you. If you think of this entire world you're in is one you made up, and so everybody represents a part of you, and that you are love and you love you. And then from their perspective, it's the same thing. They made up the world, and you are part of them, and they love you forever. And that's the truth of our beings. Never mind what the people seem to be up to. We're not going to analyze that or try to figure out the people right now. We're looking at the beings. We're looking at the source material of you, the love and light you will always be, whether you're embodied or not. That's what we're looking at. And it is impossible for you to attack what you have created. You were made a creator, like God is a creator, and you were created as a creator and created you, and you yourself are a creator. So if you think that despite anything the person you call you has seemed to be up to at any time in time and space, really only love and light has extended from you forever, and that's the truth of you. And you love your creations as yourself because they are part of you. Everything that was created is therefore perfectly safe. So the beingness of everything, like here is a water bottle, but I don't have to worry about the water bottle. The beingness of the water bottle is perfectly safe, even if a car runs over the water bottle. The beingness that is the fact, the truth of the water bottle is perfectly safe forever and loved. So you can think of even objects or situations like events being loved and loving. Okay. Everything that was created is therefore perfectly safe because the laws of God protect it by his love. And this is something to remember about you or about anyone. The laws of God protect you or anyone by God's love. That's the truth. All the thoughts of the ego are going to distract us away from it and plunge us into a future where we're not safe, we're not loved, we're not cared for. And when we see those movies playing out, those suggestions, we got to turn back and remember something fundamental and factual about all of us. Okay. Any part of your mind that does not know this has banished itself from knowledge because it has not met its conditions. Okay? So if there's a part of your mind that is restless and that is not loving, this part of your mind has banished itself from knowledge. And you can think of the Holy Spirit is the bridge to knowledge, from perception to knowledge, and it's present within everyone and everything. But the part of our mind that's not at rest, that doesn't feel loving, has banished itself from knowledge because it has not met the conditions of knowledge. So here we're going to learn how to meet the conditions of knowledge. Who could have done this but you? So this is what I realized throughout the day. I have done this to myself. Whatever degree of unease I feel about anything, I have done this thing, and it is this that I can undo. I'm in very good, safe, and loving hands. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. Who could have done this but you? Recognize this gladly. For in this recognition lies the realization that your banishment is not of God. So anything negative that I think I'm experiencing, it has not come from anything outside of me. It has not come from God. I am not being punished. It came from me. All right? Your banishment is not of God and therefore does not exist. So any punishment or exclusion from rest and ease and perfection and love and light that I believe I'm experiencing, it doesn't exist, thankfully, because everything I invented in time and space is an illusion. Now, Holy Spirit can pick up all the pieces I'm playing with here in time and space as illusions and can use those on my behalf and on the behalf of everyone symbolically, as long as I don't try to pick up the pieces and control them myself. Hi! Love to our toy pups. It's good to see you here. Welcome. Bring up anything you want to in the chat. Okay, so our banishment is not of God and therefore does not exist. That's actually everything I wanted to bring up today, but maybe I'll just do one more paragraph. You are at home in God, dreaming of exile, but perfectly capable of awakening to reality. So I can remember when I don't feel good, I'm dreaming, I'm home in God, I'm safe, but I'm dreaming about this, whatever time, space, scenario this is, I'm dreaming. I think I've excluded myself from God successfully, but I haven't. I'm still at home in God, and there's something I'm capable of. I can awaken to reality, and if I can, so can everybody that I call else or that I call other. So that's good news for all of us. Is it your decision to do so? So when I'm not feeling good, I can remember I can awaken to reality, and I can decide, yes, I choose to awaken to reality. And that's what a day is for. You recognize from your own experience that what you see in dreams, if you think of your nighttime dreams, you think is real while you are asleep. So when we're dreaming it at night, we think it's real. We wake up, we know instantly it wasn't real. So we're at home in God, dreaming of this. When we wake up in God, we know this never existed. Yet the instant you waken, you realize that everything that seemed to happen in the dream did not happen at all. You do not think this strange. even though all the laws of what you awakened to were violated while you slept. So all kinds of crazy things can happen in a dream that don't seem to be able to happen in this world. And it's the same. We're at home in God, dreaming of exile, dreaming we've been excluded from God. But really, we wake up in God and everything's good. Nothing ever happened. And Ronan said, filming and screening, I picture the scene, filming and dreaming of me. Yeah. Dreaming of me and you. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay. Is it not possible that you merely shifted from one dream to another when you wake up from your nighttime dreams? Here you are in your daytime dreams, and you're at home in God, safe, thinking you've been exiled, but really you're still dreaming. Okay. And Ronan says, Dreaming of Me is Depeche Mode's debut single. Maybe I should go listen to it. I probably know what it is, and I just can't think of the tune. And Telly says, OMG, I was just going to quote, probably something related. Okay, I'll take a look in a minute. Is it not possible that you merely shifted from one dream to another without really waking? So from nighttime dreams to daytime dreams, we didn't wake up. When we're our daytime dreams, we're still sleeping. But there are ways of responding to what we believe is happening in the dream that are sane ways, and that's what we can learn today. And if you've ever woken yourself up out of a nightmare at nighttime, during nighttime dreams, you realize I'm having a nightmare, and you intentionally wake yourself up. We're learning how to wake up out of this dream. And Ronan says, oh, wait, Tally was above that. She was just going to quote, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Synchronicity. And Ronan says it's not very well known. And Tally says, and then you said it. Right as I was about to. That was cool. Thank you. Here's the one mind. May we have experiences today that show us our one-mindedness, our oneness, everything that's here for us, everything that helps us and everybody, everything that leads to our awakening together. And Ronan says, all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. Yeah. A dream within a dream. And we're all capable of waking up in God. We think if we're fearing God, we're going to try to fight against awakening, and that's what the ego does. So a day is also for remembering there's nothing to fear in God. God's entirely welcoming, or you could say what is real, what is actual, is no enemy to you. It is you. Oh, is it Edgar Allan Poe? Former English teacher, but I didn't connect it. So thank you. Okay. I think I will close this out. I mean, we'll close it out if you put more in the chat that you want to talk about. But I'm just going to take a moment to focus inward and to focus on there is another way of looking at the world. And Tally says, thank you for this and for everything. I love you. I love you too. Okay, so just for a minute, I'm going to focus on there is another way of looking at the world. Okay, you're resting with me. I hope you got a chance to feel how much you are loved and cherished and valued, and all the guidance that's here for you and for everybody with whom you interact today. So everybody's in soft, gentle, yet very powerful and loving hands together today. And we can invite experience into our day that proves this to us. Everyone is in soft, gentle, powerful, loving hands that guide, and all of us can be guided harmonically in ways that remind us we are joy. The core of what you are is joy forever. And experience can come to us to show us this. So wishing you well today. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts.